So eventually somebody realized that I was in there.
Well, thank goodness you were with a group, and then because if you weren't, where's Lori? She didn't come home today.
She's, I don't know. We'll find her in the spring. Up in the tree.
Oh, my goodness.
That was pretty embarrassing. And ended my beautiful Olympic ski career.
Your Olympic, I love how you're like, I'm going to be in the Olympics. That's totally me. When I think like I got shit down, I'm like, dude, I'm going to be the best at this.
Yeah, I'm going to be so good. Yeah. People are going to be jealous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Video is everywhere. It's now surpassed all the major search engines as the leading source of info, entertainment, and education. So if you have a product or service and you don't have video online or on TV, you don't even exist to over half of your potential customers. That's where I come in. I'm Sean, the Media Medic, and I'm helping people all over by bringing a professional cinematic approach to their business, commercials, and videos. Contact me today at themediamatic.com to find out how we can bring your project to life.
Kind of embarrassing, but not a big deal. But I have some better ones. But one time I was at church. You probably did. I think you did this too. I went into the bathroom and I came back out and my skirt was tucked into my underwear.
Oh yeah.
And I'm walking down the hall.
About that.
And there's some guy goes, Miss Townsend, your skirt's packed in your underwear.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. So that was kind of embarrassing, but everybody has one like that.
Yeah, I did that. I was in the jungle of Malaysia with a group of people, and I was the only American. And so we had to go to the bathroom in the jungle. So they held up this big towel or something because we had been swimming like in this waterfall or something. And so we had to go use the restroom or change our clothes or I can't remember what it was. So they put this big towel up and we us girls would go behind this little towel and change. And then we were off hiking. So we got to the bottom of this area and I realized that my skirt is tucked up in my underwear. So all these people, but nobody told me. The whole time.
The whole
hike. I'm hiking along, a little breeze blowing. I'm feeling pretty good.
How do you not notice?
And my skirt is tucked up in my underwear.
How do you not know that?
I don't know.
How do you not feel? I'm not feeling the back of the skirt.
I don't know how, but I turned around and said, what? You guys, were you laughing at me? Were you rolling around behind me? Because I would have been if it was you. No.
Maybe they were like enjoying the view.
But I would have said something. I always say something to people. I mean, are you one of those people that, somebody has spinach in their teeth? You say, hey, you got some spinach in your teeth? Or are you somebody who just ignores that and lets them go through their whole day talking to people going, oh,
it wouldn't be the whole day, but I would wait for the moment to tell them. It depends on the situation. Oh, like I've been in that position and somebody's talking, they're really passionate. I'm like, I'll wait till they're done.
Or you kind of then I'm like, you do like, you look at them and go in your teeth. Like,
is that what you're trying to say something to me now? Like I did just eat.
I am always doing that because I've had that happen to me so much.
Oh yeah, I hate it.
Something will happen. I'll go look in the mirror and I'll be
you
like,
got a big old booger.
What? I've had a booger on my face all night talking to 50 people and nobody said anything. Gross. Yeah. So if anybody else has something,
or the white stuff you get around your lips if you run, like we used to do races, my friend and I'd go in the bathroom and I'd be all like white chalky around and I'm like, why did she not tell me this? Like she's my friend and we're like, ew. I know, disgusting. So, well, all right, I have another one. Okay. It's pretty embarrassing. So our band, like I said, used to play in Hawaii. And one of my dear friends that lives there, in fact, I'm going to be going to seeing him and his girlfriend, Borgie, here in November. But anyway, so back in the 80s, he's a dentist, a really good friend of mine. And the way he ended up going to Hawaii, he was way into surfing. And so he used to go there all the time to surf. So we went out one day and he was going to try to teach me how to surf. So we were out there and I sucked at surfing. I can surf now, but for whatever reason, when I was like 19, 20, I just could not do it. He was out surfing and he was kind of off catching his waves and stuff. And I was over here trying to just like, even just sit on the board as a wave came by without falling off of it. and you know, the board, they have it, you have it strapped to your ankle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've seen that.
So
I've never surfed.
Yeah. So I'm trying to surf and I fall off again. And all of a sudden I get near all this coral rock. And
no.
yeah, and you know how bad that stuff is. That's like dangerous. It's like
Slice
razors.
you up. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm trying to get away, but I'm stupid and I don't want to undo my board because I don't want John's board to go over there and then I lose his board or it gets damaged or whatever. So I'm trying to swim away from it and the waves keep coming and pushing me over to the point where now it's pushed me on top of the coral reef.
Oh my God.
And then every time the wave would come out, it would take the board and scoot me one way and then it would come in and then slam me up forward.
Oh,
and I couldn't get off because it kept going away from me and every time I tried to get it, then it would go away. So I'm just on there and I'm just getting cut up on my rear end and my hands and my wrists and stuff. And luckily there was about 4 or 5 of these Hawaiian young men, that they saw what was going on and they came out and they actually rescued me.
Nice.
So, which was very kind of them, but the embarrassing part was, and this is the part I still to this day don't really know the truth about this, but they get me to the shore and then they're all like, just stand there. And they just one of them starts patting my body down all over. And then he's like, look inside your top, look inside your pants. And then they're like rubbing me all over my
Like, was there some sort of parasite or something in the coral or what?
Leeches. They were trying to make sure that
in the ocean?
Yeah. That's what they said.
No.
They wanted to make sure that they said that part of the ocean had a lot of leeches and they were just making sure that I didn't have any leeches. And
I didn't know leeches were in salt water, but I could be wrong.
this is what they said. And then
They just want a reward for rescuing you.
And then John showed up.
While they're patting you down.
Yes. And I said, they're looking for leeches. And he was kind of like, okay.
Just looking for leeches.
So basically, one of them got a nice feel. I mean, they weren't grabbing me or anything like that. Yeah. They were just like rubbing my body down, like seriously, like my arms and stuff. And then they were like, look in it's not like they pulled my suit open. I'm like looking, but who knows what they saw because I'm like, oh my God, leeches. I'm taking off my clothes.
Well, when I was hiking in the jungle, one of the guys got a leech on his foot.
Oh, geez.
When we were hiking, he'd stepped in some little puddle and there was a leech. And that was freaky.
How'd
I'd never seen a leech before. I know they have them in the United States, but not where I grew up. I was in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, a leech.
How'd they get it off?
On your foot. I can't remember if he, like with a tick, you take
burn it?
You burn it off. I can't remember if they did that or just pulled it off or what, but his toe was just bleeding like crazy and, yeah, it was kind of,
Wow.
a little gross.
Yeah. They still use them. They still use leeches in medical.
Yeah, I have heard that, and especially in other countries. But they actually do that in the U.S.
I've heard they have. I actually had a conversation, I think it was with Jeff one day, however we got on it, and I was like, do they still use them and stuff? And he's like, yeah, they certainly still use them for certain.
I suppose there's some things, like maybe bacteria or something that leeches might take care of where other things can't. Yeah. I know in Thailand, my husband was in Thailand, and they have you stick your feet in this little tank that has all these little fish
with
whatever,
those little fish for pedicures.
And they eat off all the stuff on your feet.
Yes.
Oh, that's so weird. Yes. And he said, it felt just crazy weird.
They do it here in the United States in certain places. Yes, and they actually had some here in the mall, but they closed them down. In Ireland, I was going to go and get one of those pedicures. Yeah, Spain. They have them in all over the place. But there are places in the United States that still does it. But I know, like here in Utah, I think they shut it down. But that would be cool. Yeah, have the fish just eat all the ick. Eat the ick.
Eat the ick off my feet.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more that I can think of.
There you go.
So, also back in the day, I used to run.
We were young and crazy.
When I was running crazy. Well, no, back when I was training a lot and stuff, I was quite an avid runner. My friend Amy and I, like I said, we used to do races a bunch together. We'd do everything from 5Ks to half marathons and stuff. And it was a big thing. It was our big deal. We used to run every day. We'd get up 3:30 in the morning. This is crazy. So we could meet to run at 4 a.m.
That's very crazy.
Well, because we could never, in our minds, we had to run at least 6 miles. That was that was a light day. It was 6 miles. Because I was only like a little over an hour to run. right? Maybe. And if we
That would take me about 5 hours.
Well, if we were racing, I could do a mile in like 48 minutes. But if we were,
48 minutes?
6 miles.
No,
I could do 6 miles.
A mile in 48 minutes. That's my time.
No. Well, I used to be able to do, my fastest time was probably around 48 minutes, but that was a long time ago. So our training runs would be, at least an hour. But most of the time we'd like to pull out some 9 to 12 milers, just, at least 2 or 3 days a week. So anyway, one day I was out running by myself and I was crossing the street. I'm standing at the corner because I was that one that couldn't stop. So I'm running up and down, waiting for the...
I've seen those people when I'm driving in my car.
I was that person. And so finally, it's my turn to cross. And where I'm crossing in the crosswalk, the pavement is wavy. It's not smooth. And there's all these cars and I'm running across and my foot hits the pavement and I just slam down right on the pavement in front of all these cars.
Oh my gosh.
And, road burn.
That sounds like something I would do. As a matter of fact, we talked about this story. Same.
Jump up.
Yep.
I'm okay. All the cars are just like staring at this woman that's woman down.
Yeah. This happened to me in Italy too. Just recently when I was there.
Yeah.
And
you were walking though.
Yeah, I was walking. This was like my 3rd day in Milan. I'd been by myself for like 3 days. I kind of got to know where I was going and I was pretty confident, got off this bus and I'm heading towards my hotel and wind is blowing my hair and I'm feeling all, whoo, that's what happens. See? Yeah. I start getting those visions of like grandeur and
Yeah.
Something happens.
She's like,
I'm going to the Olympics.
All alone.
I'm just, woo, I'm rocking it. And so I cross the street. There's tons of traffic. So I cross the street and as soon as I get across, I hit this ledge in the cement and I biffed it right on my face. I mean, and I had a dress on too. So I go down and I just...
Did you sit there a minute?
What the heck? Yeah, I'm down on the ground like, oh my gosh, what's going on, And so I start laughing because I laugh at everything. I laugh when I'm scared. I laugh no matter what. So I start laughing and I get up and I'm just thinking, I am completely mortified. And this guy runs up to me. He must have been a tourist. I think it was an Asian guy. He runs up to me and he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And I start walking and my toe is just throbbing. So I'm like, I'm fine. I'm trying to walk as normal as possible, No worries. I'm good. I wave it. And I'm heading around the corner to my hotel. As soon as I get around the corner, I'm like, oh my God, my foot. And this was right before I met Sean and we had to go to all these vineyards and ton of walking. I'm thinking, what if I broke my toe or something?
Oh God.
So I go to the hotel and I wash my foot off and sit down with it up a little bit and it ended up being okay. But wow, it was bleeding like crazy too.
I wish people could see your face right now when you were telling that story because that was priceless.
It was, I guess it's a lesson for me. Don't start feeling too like lofty because as soon as you start feeling lofty, boom, come back to reality, girl.
Yeah, the universe is going to put you right back in your place.
Keep humble. Keep humble.
Keep humble. That's right.
Don't think you're all that.
Yeah, I can just see you over there. I got my long blonde hair. That's like that song.
Woo, I'm whipping it.
Put my hair back. Check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell.
Boom.
Exactly.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to head on out. And next time, we're going to have a great guest with us. So
and
it's going to be a lot of fun.
She has a life. So this is a dear friend of mine that I've introduced Lori to. Her name is Ashley. I have known her for about 17 years. Yeah. And I'll put dangle a carrot. She was my Brazilian waxer. And is. To this day, only so many people get to see what's going on down there. She's one of them. But she will talk about some of that because she's got some way cool things. Yeah. But her life is amazing and the things that she's been able to do in her 36 years of life. And she's just a bold badass.
So stay tuned.
Badass.
It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be really fun.
Totally.
So we'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Bye.
Everybody get up.
This has been Fit and Hippie with Dory and Lori.
Until next time, make good choices.
Don't forget to share and subscribe if you like our podcast, and you can find us at fitandhippie.com.
That's fit in, the letter in, hippie.
And you can find